Hey there, Vinyl Groovers. It's Sunday, and here I am. Guess what? It's been record store day on Saturday, and I know a lot of people rush to do record store. This is my haul, and this is what I've done. I took a little bit more time. I wanted to listen to the albums before I posted what I got and what I thought. So here's what I want you to do. If you haven't already done it, like and subscribe. I'd appreciate it. And we'll be right back in a second. All right, Vinyl Groovers, like I said, record store day, the first drop was this Saturday, August 29th, I believe it was. We decided to go to Pensacola. We do this every year. We go to Pensacola and we go to a little shop called the Music Box. You know, it's been something we've done for many years now, at least since I think 2016. So it's just like a little tradition that we load up and we go meet my sister-in-law and brother-in-law there and everything else, and we all have a great time. So I had a lot of albums on my list. If you watch my record store day video that I posted a few weeks back, if you haven't seen it, I'm gonna try this again because I tried it last week and I thought I worked it out and apparently it didn't take. But I'm gonna try and put the video up here or down here, or at least in the description. So either way, you'll be able to go back and see what I said I wanted to get and what I actually got. But first I wanted to listen to all the albums and see what I really thought about the albums that I picked up. Because, you know, you can go, oh, this is the best thing since sliced bread. You know. And then you bring it home and you listen to it and you go, yeah, maybe I should have just waited. So let's start out with the first thing that it was actually not on my record store day list to begin with. It's something that I decided to pick up, probably the night before or 2 days before. I can't remember when it actually popped in there that I went, oh, I need to get this. And it is Black Crowes Lion. Hadn't been released in a long time. It's, you know, the original pressing is a ridiculous amount of money. But pretty good pressing. What they did was they took the original pressing, which was on black vinyl, and they put it on this, it's like a bubblegum pink vinyl. Let me see if I can get it out of here so you can see what I'm talking about. It's pretty. It matches the cover, it matches the artwork and everything else. So as you can see, there you go. See how it kind of matches everything? So it's a really good pressing. It's 180 gram vinyl, and on top of all that, they managed to take the songs and put them on 2 albums. So, you know, you have a better quality sound. It's Black Crowes. It sounds great. I love it. I recommend it. If you haven't heard it, you know, pick it up, take a listen to it if you can find it. Boy, I can't get this back in the sleeve. There we go. So, first record store day pickup I got was the Black Crowes Lion. Pretty darn good album. Next is Thelonious Monk. You know, a lot of people don't like jazz, but I happen to like jazz a lot. Really great album. This is actually a poster from when he was actually on tour. It's the back of it. Thelonious Monk. Good album. Got to listen to it. Next is a biggie. Wasn't on my record store day because I kind of vacillated back and forth. I wasn't quite sure. I wanted to get it, and I definitely was. Oh, while I'm thinking about it, this one actually was on my record store day pick from way back when, the Thelonious Monk. The first one wasn't. The third one wasn't on my record store day pick to begin with either. I thought, well, no, I'm not going to get that. I'll wait. I wasn't very fond of picture discs because picture discs sometimes have problems with not being great quality. Some picture discs are really good and others just are really bad quality. This picture disc, I can say, is really good quality and it sounds really, really good. And I'm very excited about it. And that's The Cure Blood Flowers. As you can see, it's upside down because I've listened to it. Here's the back. 2 LPs. First time on picture disc for Record Store Day 2020 exclusive. And really good, you know. Out of This World, Watch Me Fall, Where the Birds Always Sing, Maybe Someday, Coming Up, Last Day of Summer, There Is No If, The Loudest Sound, 39, and then Blood Flowers. Let me just say, it sounds really good on a picture disc. And on top of that, first time on vinyl for a long time. I mean, this is something. I've looked at a lot of places now. It seems to be sold out, but they made a lot of copies of this. So there should be some flying around out there somewhere. So if you're interested in The Cure, you haven't heard Blood Flowers, and or you were looking for Blood Flowers on vinyl, Record Store Day had it. The next thing that I got was actually on my list, and that was the David Bowie Soul Tour 74. I told y'all on my list before that this was the concert after Cracked Actor album that came out at Record Store Day about a year ago. This is great. They released 2 David Bowie albums, both of them live. I did not know The Changes Now, which is the other album that they released on Record Store Day. I did not know it was a live album. I kind of like the David Bowie live albums, and I'm not a big live album person, but I do like the David Bowie live albums that they put out Record Store Day. Here's the back of it. Songs. You got Rebel Rebel, Johnny I'm Only Dancing Again, Sorrow Changes, 1984, Moon Age Daydream, Rock and Roll With Me, Love Me Do, the Genie, Young Americans, Can You Hear Me, It's Gonna Be Me, Somebody Up There Likes Me, Suffragette City, Rock and Roll Suicide, Panic in Detroit, Knock on Wood, Foot Stomping, I Wish I Could, Shimmy Like My Sister Kate, Foot Stomping, Diamond Dogs, It's Only Rock and Roll, But I Like It, Diamond Dogs. Recorded at the Michigan Palace, Detroit on the 20th of October 1974, and also the last few songs, Knock on Wood and the Foot Stomping, Diamond Dogs, Sister Kate, that was recorded in Nashville the 30th of November 1974. So pretty good, you know. I'm very excited about that. Next is another album that I did not have on my Record Store Day want list, but I couldn't pass it up when I saw it. And I've listened to it, and I really like it. It is The Pretenders. I don't know if you can see. This is a phenomenal little splatter they've got going on here. It's a clear vinyl with a red splatter in the middle here. I have it in backwards because you can't hardly see where it says Pretenders Live. See, I flip it over on the back. There you go. Pretenders. Yeah, it's a live album, but it's really, really good. Space Invader, The Wait, Precious, Kid, Private Life, Cuban Slide, Talk of the Town, Tattooed Love Boys, Up the Neck, Mystery Achievement, and Stop Your Sobbing. Those are the songs. Sounds really good. Original lineup of the Pretenders. I think a couple of them have passed on now. But it sounds really, really good. Next, another album that I had on my want list, which is Charlie Parker, Jazz at Midnight. I don't know if you can see over my shoulder. It's still sitting on my turntable. It's a nice midnight blue to match this album sleeve. So Blue Note Records. Blue Note was great. It was always known quality jazz forever. You know, started in 1939, I believe. Let's see. The finest in jazz since 1939. I was right. But this is Charlie Parker, and great saxophone if you love jazz and saxophone. And it is, like I said, a Blue Note. They did a really good reproduction of Blue Note, so I'm very impressed with it. Sound quality is really, really good. Very clear, no surface noise on the album. Sounds really good. Next is something that this is one I wanted a lot. And I said it was a must-have way back when. And some people make fun of me for this, but positively love this artist. And it's the Billie Eilish Live at Third Man Records. Let me just say, if you have any of the Billie Eilish albums, this one's a little different because it is not her normal sound. She's accompanied by an acoustic guitar on most sets, and then her brother also is playing keyboards on some sets. So completely different sound, almost like an unplugged kind of sound, but it's really, really good. I really enjoyed this. My wife even said that she thought it was better than some of her other albums that she's done with all of her arrangements and everything else. So if you haven't heard this, give it a shot. Listen to it. There are plenty copies of this out there. Even after Record Store Day, you can go to a record store probably anytime in the next month and probably find one of these. I think they said something, there was like 10,000 that they made of these. So it's not anything super spectacular. It's just something I wanted because I happen to really like Billie Eilish. So there's the back of it, so you can see. The songs on it: All the Good Girls Go to Hell, Ocean Eyes, Bad Guy, I Don't Want to Be You Anymore, Bury a Friend, Come Out and Play, Copycat, I Love You, Bellyache, When the Party's Over. So really good stuff. It also has a poster in here. It's the Third Man poster. You know, if you're a Third Man Jack White fan, you know, they throw in the Third Man poster. So, Billie Eilish. The album cover's nothing, you know, spectacular. The album itself, I'll show you. It is colored. It is a nice blue album. So that's kind of cool. I think the originals were maybe green and yellow. Could be wrong on that. I think the green was something that was more mass produced, and I think the yellow, and I could be, like I said, I could be wrong, was one given out. There were like 100 albums given out to people that were actually at the live performance with Billie Eilish at Third Man Records in Nashville. Those are the album covers she stepped on with paint and used her hands and painted on the album. So those are pretty collectible. Came really close to buying one of the paint splattered Billie Eilish albums, and almost paid 60, 80, 100 bucks for it, because I was really, really wanting to get that and listen to it. And then I found out Record Store Day was going to have them. So I said, well, I'm not going to spend that kind of money. So I waited for Record Store Day, and I think I ended up spending like 27 bucks for it. So not bad. I know that there are some other places I could have probably paid less for it, but I don't mind supporting a local independent record store with vinyl purchases. So that was the choice I made there. All right, the last album I got at Record Store Day was something that was a last minute kind of thing. My wife and I were sitting around listening to Record Store Day stuff before Record Store Day, so we could kind of get an idea of what we were looking at. And we both really like this album, so we said, you know, let's pick it up and if they have it. There aren't that many copies. They didn't make that many copies of this, but this is a really, really good album. Magnum, Fully Loaded. This is a kind of like a 1970s funk band. Kind of like I think they also have a certain amount of Hispanic music to it. There's the back of it, if you can see. Pretty cool. Original label re-release, 1974 Latin funk album. Latin. House band at the legendary KGFJ Soul Search in Los Angeles. Remastered from the original stereo master tapes. So it's pretty cool. And what's really, I was blown away by this because I'm always impressed when they give you these beautiful static-free sleeves. Look at that. And it is a gorgeous album. It's on the Phoenix label. And it's that blue translucent. So it's pretty cool. But I love the fact that they went the extra little mile and threw in a static-free sleeve, which was fantastic. Anyway, that's what I got at Record Store Day. I have another album coming that I didn't get at Record Store Day because they only made 1,700 copies. And Music Box in Pensacola didn't get it. and I noticed a lot of places didn't get it, and by the time they started selling it online, it was sold out almost everywhere. But I managed to get it, and I'll save that one for a later date, and I'll show you what that is when it comes in. So hopefully you've heard some of the stuff I have. If you haven't, hey, let me tell you, I'm impressed with what I got. There's nothing I don't like. I like everything that I purchased. The sound quality is really good on everything. There's no warping, no surface noise, no hastily put together albums and so on and so forth that you run in sometimes with record store day. Sometimes you get record store day albums where they have a lot of surface noise on them, and they didn't sound that great. And I think they kind of rushed to press them, like a last minute kind of thing. But these all sound great. Like I said, it's the first drop. The next drop comes September 26th, I believe. I don't have as many wants on that. I'll maybe cover another one as we get closer, and I'll readjust, and I'll post another video to tell you what I like and what I think is worth getting coming up September 26th. And then there's one October 24th. That finishes the 3 record store day drops, which were all supposed to happen in April. But of course, you know, with the whole Chinese virus thing, didn't happen. They broke it into 3 days, or excuse me, 3 months. There's also another one coming up too, which is Black Friday. They usually do November Black Friday, a record drop. They call it Record Store Black Friday, and just some exclusive titles. But that's something we'll cover for a later date. Right now, I'm going to go back to listening to some of this great music. I have to go to work tomorrow. I got to get up extra early and go into work. But that's all right. I don't mind, because you know what? We're getting back in the swing of things. I hope we're getting back to normal, because I'm really getting tired of the whole mask and everybody getting sick. Hopefully we're about at the end of the whole Chinese virus. So in the meantime, I hope that you're at home with your friends and your family, and you're listening to some great vinyl. And maybe, if you're lucky, I'll catch you listening to some great music. I'll see you next Sunday. Bye-bye.